2.3 I don't believe it. Vocabulary. Say tell. 1. A work in pairs and discuss. How do you know when someone is lying? Do you think their behavior changes? Read the text to check your answers. How do you know if someone is lying? From little white lies to lies which can destroy nations, people have lied for as long as they have told the truth. Some people are very good at it. So, how do we know if someone is lying? Here are the things to look out for. 1. The guilty hand. When someone is telling the truth, they usually use more body language. They move their hands and their face more. When someone lies, their hands are still. 2. The lying eye. People find it very hard to tell you a lie if they're looking at you straight in the eyes. Normally, they look away just at the moment that they tell the lie. 3. The me. When people tell a story about themselves, they tend to use a lot of me words, like I, me, and my. When they tell a lie, they don't use the me words as much. 2. A match 1 to 6 with a, f, to make sentences. 1. I'm terrible at telling. F. Jokes. I always forget the punch line. 2. My brother told me. D. A funny story yesterday. 3. I think you should say. E. Sorry. For sometimes it's better to tell. B. A white lie than to upset someone. 5. You should just say. C. What you mean. 6. I said. A. Hello, but she didn't answer. B. Add the phrases with say and tell from exercise 2A to the table. Say. Hello. What you mean? A. Sorry. Tell. A story. White, lie, joke. C. Work with other students. Do you agree, disagree with the statements? Why? 1. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. 2. A good storyteller should mix fiction with truth to make their stories interesting. 3. It's okay to tell lies sometimes. 2.8 Listen to a woman telling her story. Number the pictures in the correct order.
Unit 2. Recording 8.
Okay, so tell me all about it.
Well, in the beginning, I was at home and this was just one morning before a very important interview. And I didn't feel well, so my mother had given me some pills. And then I didn't think anything more about it. So anyway, I then got on to the tube to go for my interview.
Right, and what happened then?
Well, clearly I must have fallen asleep, so I wasn't feeling great by this time. And I'm starting to feel sleepy, so I'm thinking I must have fallen asleep. Anyway, I was getting some funny looks even before I fell asleep. But anyway, I fell asleep, and then I realised before long I must have been having a dream, I suppose, about my mother. All of a sudden, I've woken up, but I haven't just woken up. I've woken up shouting the word, Mum!
No, you're joking.
At the top of my voice in a packed, quiet tube.
Oh, no.
Yes, and everybody's staring at me, and that did not help matters. Anyway, I've got off the tube and I've then arrived at my interview, put all that behind me. I'm still not feeling 100% perfect, but nevertheless, arrived at my interview on time and go in and think, actually, this is going rather well. They're not saying an awful lot, and come to think of it, they're looking at me in a rather strange way.
Right, then what?
Well, the next thing I knew, I have left the interview and said, thank you very much for seeing me, blah-de-blah, and gone to the ladies' room. And there in the mirror, I could see what everybody was looking at and why they couldn't say anything.
What was it?
My face had swollen up and it was bright red and covered in blotches, spots.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, and the pills that my mother had given me were so out of date that they had caused an allergic reaction.
Oh, how embarrassing.
I know.
4. A look at the phrases we can use to help tell the sequence in a story. Add the sequences from the box to the correct place in the table. This happened when. The next thing I knew. Anyway. In the end. Before long. And then. All of a sudden. Beginning. In the beginning. This happened when. Describing what happened. Well. The next thing I knew. Anyway. Before long. So. And then. All of a sudden. Ending. So. Finally. In the end. Beginning. In the beginning. This happened when. Describing what happened. Well. The next thing I knew Anvoa. So. All of a sudden why. Ending. So. Finally. In the end. Listen to the story again and tick the phrases. You hear. Check your answers in the audio script on page 165. Telling a story. Beginning the story. This happened when. In the beginning. Describing what happened. Well. Anyway. Before long. So. And then, all of a sudden. The next thing I knew. Ending the story. In the end. Finally. Questions to keep a story going. So, what happened? What did you do? What happened next? Really? Responses to show interest. I don't believe it. Oh no. Oh dear. How embarrassing. That's really funny. You must be joking. Yes, I know. Complete the conversation with the words and phrases in the box. In the end. Don't believe it. The next thing. New. This happened when. So, what happened? Well. Really funny. Anyway. You must be joking. So. Well, this happened when I was working in a photographic store. B. So, what happened? Well, one day a woman came in and asked if we could fix the problem she had with a photograph. Anyway, I asked her what the problem was. B. Okay. The next thing I knew, she had taken this old photo out of her bag which showed an old man sitting behind a cow, milking it. So, when I asked her what she wanted us to do to the photo, she said, "Can you move the cow?" "Move the cow?" I asked. "Yes," she replied. "I want to see what my grandfather looked like." She pointed to the feet sticking out from under the cow. B. Oh no, you must be joking. No, seriously. She wanted us to move the cow so that she could see her grandfather's face. B. I don't believe it. So, what happened next? Sad smiley. In the end, when I told her we couldn't do it, she got quite angry and left the shop saying, "Then I'll have to take it to someone else." B. That's really funny. 5. A working pairs. Practice telling the story using the sec.inserts and the pictures to help you. Start like this. This happened when the woman had an important interview and B. 2.9. Do you think the woman was telling a true or false story? Listen to find out.
Unit 2. Recording 9.
Okay, what do we reckon? True or false?
I think it might be false because I don't know.
Yeah, she was a little bit slow in telling us.
I don't know if your mum would give you out-of-date pills.
Yeah, would a mother give her daughter out-of-date pills?
I think false.
And it sounded like she was trying to think of what to say next. So, you think false? I think false.
False. Yes, it was false.
It was false. Learn to show interest. 6. A look at phrases A, J. Which phrases complete extracts 1 to 6? A. What happened then? B. What did you do? C. Then what? D. Oh no. E. Oh dear. F. How embarrassing. G. That's really funny. H. Really? I. You're joking. J. You're kidding. 1. W. So, anyway, I then got onto the tube, my interview. M. Right, and A. What happened then? 2. W. I've woken up shouting the word, Mum. M. No. I. You're joking. 3. W at the top of my voice, in a packed, quiet tube. MD. D. Oh no. 4. W. They're looking at me in a rather strange way. M. Right. C. Then what? 5. My face had swollen up, and it was bright red, covered in blotches, spots. M. O. J. You're kidding. 6. W. Yes, and the pills that my mother had given me were so out of date that they had caused an allergic reaction. M. O. F. How embarrassing. B. 2.10. Intonation. Sounding interested, listen and check your answers. Notice how intonation is used to sound interested. Is it high or low?
Unit 2. Recording 10. 1.
So, anyway, I then got on to the tube to go for my interview.
Right, and what happened then?
2.
I've woken up shouting the word, Mum!
No, you're joking.
3.
At the top of my voice in a packed, quiet tube.
Oh, no.
4.
They're looking at me in a rather strange way.
Right, then what?
5.
My face had swollen up and it
No
was
way.
bright red
No.
and covered in blotches, spots.
Oh, you're kidding.
6.
Yes, and the pills that my mother had given me were so out of date that they had caused an allergic reaction.
Oh, how embarrassing.
C. Listen again and repeat the phrases. Try to sound interested. Then repeat but try to sound bored. Can you hear the difference? Speakout tip. When someone tells a story, try to use comments and questions to show that you are interested, e.g., how amazing. Remember to check your intonation. Do you sound interested? Speaking. 7. Prepare to tell a story. It can be a true story or a lie. Choose one of the situations below. Talk about when you got stuck in a lift, missed or nearly missed a flight, lost something valuable, spoke to someone famous, got a tattoo, went swimming at night, were mistaken for someone else, slept outside, tried a very dangerous sport, found something unusual,